Hi guys, welcome to another thriller movie recap. The movie begins by introducing Kichu, a jobless drifter who is in desperate need of a huge amount of money. His girlfriend Kalyani has secured a job abroad, but for their visa, they urgently need to arrange funds. That's when Kichu's caretaker, Srinanda, whom Kichu calls Cha-Cha, leads him to a mysterious woman. There, Kichu receives an offer he can't refuse. 25 Indian rupees lakhs to befriend a man named David, who has supposedly lost his memory. David was once the right-hand man of a gold smuggler named Sainer, who used to call him Dawid. On a fateful mission from Mumbai to Mangalore, David betrayed Sainer. The consignment was ambushed, Sainer was presumed killed, and a large quantity of gold vanished. Ever since, David has no memory 9F passed. The woman's team had tried every possible treatment to jog David's memory, but failed. Now, they want Kichu, a silver-tongued talker, to extract the truth about the Udupi incident. This setup cleverly anchors the suspense, building a layered mission without overloading exposition. Kichu meets David, a reserve popcorn seller at a Mumbai theater. David seems harmless, quiet, lost in his world. But there's an unexplained weight in his silence. Kichu begins working on him, striking casual conversations, drinking tea together, and eventually forming a friendship. To the audience, it's a bittersweet deception. The bond is real, but its foundation is a lie. Kichu starts calling him Anna, and they vibe well. The chemistry is subtle and genuine, making the viewer forget, momentarily, that this is all manipulation. Kichu successfully gains David's trust. However, his handler is unimpressed and questions why he hasn't extracted the truth yet. Kichu offers excuses, but the woman loses her patience. She plans to eliminate David. Out of guilt and growing loyalty, Kichu begs her to spare David. But she warns him, David isn't who he appears to be. They offer one final shot, take David down the same route the consignment traveled. Kichu convinces David by pretending he has to deliver a car from Mumbai to Kerala and invites him to tag along. David is reluctant but agrees under pressure. On the journey, Kichu tries to spark David's memory. When Kichu forces David into the driver's seat, David unexpectedly drives like a pro, fast and controlled. Kichu is shocked but masks it with amusement. This moment subtly hints at David's hidden identity through action, not dialogue, a storytelling strength often missed in commercial thrillers. They stop in Goa for the night. At a bar, David drinks a full mug of beer, even though he claimed he never drank before. Later, Kichu gets into trouble with locals after cutting in line at the restroom. When things escalate, David steps in and takes down the attackers effortlessly, protecting Kichu. It's an explosive moment that jolts Kichu. This quiet man just transformed into a fighter. Later, Kichu drinks too much and, in a slip, calls David Dawid. David notices. His expression tightens. The mask of amnesia is cracking. But before anything escalates, Kichu passes out. The screenplay here is tightly woven, letting tension bubble just beneath the surface. The next morning, their road trip continues to Mangalore. David begins probing. Why did Kichu really befriend him? Kichu dodges the truth, inventing a story about a journalist friend who told him David was a gangster. He weaves in the tale of a Sainer and the Udupi ambush. But David remains stoic. His demeanor shifts from curious to cold. Suspicion brews. He gives Kichu two options: return to Mumbai to meet the friend, or call him. Kichu bluffs his way through it. For a while, things cool down. Then comes the first twist. The man Kichu believed to be David declares. Did he say Sainer was dead? Sainer wasn't dead. I'm Sainer. He halts the car and storms out. Shocked, Kichu calls his handler furious. They confess. David was shot during the ambush and Sainer survived, but lost his memory. To complete the mission, they lied to Kichu. The woman offers more money and reluctantly asks to continue the trip. This reversal is masterful, flipping the protagonist's reality and our assumptions. They head to Udupi, the site of the ambush. Sainer walks its streets as if drawn by invisible threads of memory. When Kichu asks if anything is returning, A saner flips it. No. But have you remembered anything, Dawood? Kichu freezes. The room spins. He isn't Kichu. He is David, the one with the lost memory. The truth lands like a hammer. Every betrayal, every planted friend, everything falls into place. This is where the screenplay shines. It doesn't spoon-feed. It rewards attentive viewers. Kichu, or rather, David, breaks down. His handler arrives, and he pleads with his saner, claiming no connection to the woman's team. Then comes another gut punch. Cha-Cha, his trusted guardian Srinanda, steps out of the car. He stays silent, confirming David's worst fear. This was all a setup. Still, David refuses to believe it fully, until the final crack appears. Kalyani, the love of his life, enters. But she was a plant too. Her warmth, her romance, all a ruse. David's world collapses. His memories begin to resurface in violent fragments. The way this scene handles emotional breakdown is nuanced. No melodrama, just raw, silent devastation. David is taken to a fortified house, the hideout of Adiga, a saner's old rival and the man allegedly involved in the Udupi betrayal. Adiga mocks a saner, taunting him about losing everything when David showed up. Enraged, a saner kills Adiga. He asks David why he betrayed him years ago. David has no answer. His mind is still a maze. This ambiguity adds a layer of depth rarely seen in crime thrillers. Now, David has outlived his usefulness. A saner leaves, ordering Kalyani to finish him off. But David awakens. The beast returns. In a fierce, cathartic burst, he kills everyone, including Kalyani. The violence isn't glamorized. It's painful and necessary. A tragic redemption. David retrieves a gun and returns to the original van from the Udupi shootout. A flash floods his mind, the core twist of the film. David had an affair with a saner's wife. She had orchestrated the betrayal. Her identity remains obscured, preserving an air of haunting mystery. And that was Ottu, a mind-bending story of betrayal, memory, and masked identities. If this twist blew your mind, wait till you see what's coming next. So don't forget to hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more gripping movie recaps. The next one's going to be even crazier. See you there.